Our founding fathers were very wise. George Washington's farewell address, he encouraged us to establish economic ties with all countries and establish entangling alliances with none. Besides, we establish at least one enemy. If we give money to one government, the people that they are fighting hate us. Occasionally, the government, in its very finite wisdom, chooses to fund both sides of the encounter, apparently believing that by giving both sides money that both sides will love us. Apparently it never occurs to Congress that if we give money to both sides will hate us for funding their enemy. Within the United States are free to do anything they want with their personal funds. But it is immoral to tax Arabs and send that to Israel, or to tax the Jews and to send that to the Arabs. We need to stay out of entangling alliances. I am flattered that so many delegates here at the convention consider me a constitutional expert. Allow me to impress you with my economic wisdom. All you need to know about economics is the law of supply and demand. When the supply of something goes down, the price of it will go up. And as the price of gasoline goes up, the consumer at the pump is going to provide the incentive for finding alternative sources. If we continue paying 75 cents a gallon, there's no need for alternative fuel supplies. If we get the government out of regulating medicine, the economy, and everything else, then the free market will find its own course. Again, the free market is probably the best way to handle any problem. Government has power, and when you allow the government power to influence a situation, there's going to be corruption. If we have scientists who are out there doing studies on global warming and we get that information to the general public, once again, the free market will allow us to control the situation. Nobody wants to live in a place where the ice caps are melting and, San Francisco is flooding. And I think that if we get that information to the people and offer logical, reasonable alternatives, people will follow their survival and they will do the right thing. The Libertarian Party would, first of all, eliminate the IRS, giving everybody in the United States a 35% pay increase immediately instead of a $300 rebate of your own money. The cost of goods and services, 20% of the cost of goods and services goes to filling out IRS forms. So the cost is going to be dropped by 20%. The economy would skyrocket with everybody having all that loose cash in their pockets. The other thing that we have to do is eliminate the Federal Reserve. In 1876 and 1860, we had zero inflation, and the American economy was stable and strong. We established the Federal Reserve in 1913. They have been printing fiat paper money ever since, making your money worthless. We got to get back to a commodity-based currency so that we can essentially have a stable economy. We don't need to be involved in foreign entanglements. We don't have any one particular place that we need to avoid. We need to avoid them all. bring our troops home so they can be home for the holidays, and we don't have to have nearly as many USO shows.
Thank you.
The preamble of the Constitution establishes some of the reasons why that document was drafted. In part, to establish justice, promote domestic tranquility, and provide for the common defense. The Constitution establishes the principles for peace and tranquility. Every time we abide by the Constitution, we get peace and tranquility. Violating the supreme law of the land gets the opposite. It destroys our economy, gets us entangled into foreign wars. It is principles set down for us by our founding fathers. As a Libertarian candidate, I frequently face the wasted vote syndrome. People tell me that I'm a good candidate. They believe in what I stand for, but they can't bring themselves to vote for me because they don't want to waste their vote. If you were in prison and you had a 50% chance of lethal injection, a 45% chance of going to the electric chair, and only a 5% chance of escape, are you likely to vote for lethal injection because that is your most likely outcome? Your survival depends on voting for escape, even if that's only a 5% chance. If you continue to vote for the Democrats or the Republicans, you are committing political suicide. The only chance we have of saving our constitutional republic is to vote Libertarian, even if that's only a 5% probability of getting into office. We have to demonstrate that we are not satisfied with the status quo, voting for the lesser of two evils, and your candidate wins, and you still get evil. The Libertarian Party is the party of principle. We have candidates in every state, in every county, that are principled, passionate, and articulate. Please vote Libertarian and help us restore a free country. The definition of synergy is 2 + 2 = 8. What we have in 2004 is a unique opportunity to change the world. What we have in 2004 is a unique opportunity to change the world.
I couldn't quite hear that name, the telephone number and the website address. Could you possibly repeat that?
Oh, I would be most happy. That's www.lp.org or 1-800-ELECT